This film is about what's wrong with the European Union. What's bad about it is that it's a racket. You know, I used to think that there were people here who genuinely thought that they were building a new era of peace and prosperity, and I suppose there are a few people like that. But for every person like that, there's a dozen who are doing tremendously well out of the system. Basically, this has become a way of getting money out of the taxpayers in order to reward the people who work for it. I mean, it's traduced our democracy, it's made us poorer, it's made us less free, our lives are trammelled around by rules, our decisions are handed down to us by people that we can't vote for and people that we can't get rid of, our relations with the rest of the world have suffered, and other than that handful of people who are doing well personally out of the system, I find it hard to see any benefits. We were told that we would have a referendum on this. They kept their word. They had the referendum. People voted no, and they've now disregarded us and brought it back anyway, with the difference that this time they're not going to give us a vote. And it's just, you know, it's like those words of Bertolt Brecht from that eerie poem about the East German communists. Wouldn't it be easier to dissolve the people and elect another in their place? We were told that if we voted no to the Constitution, we would end up like Switzerland. This was dangled before us as an appalling threat. I've got to say, if that's the worst they can threaten us with, bring it on. I would love the United Kingdom to be like the freest, wealthiest and best governed country in Europe. The Swiss have twice the GDP per head, twice the income that the European Union has on average. They export more than twice as much per capita to the EU from outside as Britain does from inside. They control their own borders, they settle their own human rights issues, they're outside the common agricultural policy, they're outside the common fisheries policy, they pay only a token contribution to the EU budget, they can negotiate free trade deals with other countries, you know, and they're a sovereign democracy. Now surely we can do at least as well as they have. I hope that people will speak up in defence of their right to live under their own laws and their own people. I mean, that's what we're fighting for. It's our ability to govern ourselves through our own parliament. If you're watching this on YouTube, the editors of it are doubtless congratulating themselves on their open-mindedness and their readiness to have more than one point of view. Bear in mind that the European Union is spending £300 million a year of your money, of taxpayers' money, to propagate its message. And you will look pretty hard to find any other balance anywhere else in any of those propaganda programs, the flying over of journalists, the indoctrination of school children, websites of this kind. You'll find it very hard to discover any other points of view that are critical of the official orthodoxy. So it's nice to have at least one little corner here where you can hear a different point of view. It would be nice to have a few more.
I think Norway has taken the right attitude towards what they do with Europe. I don't think we voted initially for what Europe is now. I think when Ted Heath signed the document, what we voted for was a trading organisation, not a political federal state of Europe.
I came here very Eurosceptic and I'm going away absolutely disbelieving anything. It is a total and utter scandal.
I feel that the EU has taken away, they're gradually chipping away at our sovereignty, at our heritage, that we're not in charge of our own fate anymore.
It's becoming so bureaucratic and overbearing on the nation states that it really needs looking at and getting back to first principles on what it was set up for in the first place, which was a common market, and that's what it should be. Not a federal Europe, which is what it's drifting into.